It's the Mystique of Mysticism. Tonight, special guest, not really sure. And now, here's Just the Facts. Oh, thank you, and of course, thank you. Welcome back to the Mystique of Mysticism, and yet again, I'm opening the show with an apology. I am sorry that there was no episode last week. We had a big one lined up, too. It was going to be great. It was a Valentine's Day thing. We were going to investigate Cupid and his supernatural powers of love. And our special guest was to be Anne Hathaway. Ooh. I know, right? Well, when Papa Matty told me that Anne Hathaway was the guest, I think there was a miscommunication. Maybe I misunderstood or something like that. And it turns out that it's actually Dan Hathaway. And so Dan Hathaway, well, I tell you what, here's a clip from the show that did not air. And you just are not going to believe this. I'm a little excited. My hair okay? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, your Valentine's Day gift from the Mystique of Mysticism. It is Anne Hathaway. One second. What? For real? Oh, for God's sake. There's been a problem, and, well, let's just say Anne Hathaway could not make it, but here is Dan Hathaway, the last surviving cast member from the 1927 classic Dance, Little Man, Dance. Ladies and gentlemen, on the phone, live from California, it is Dan Hathaway. Hello, Dan.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
Dan, hello.
I swear I hear somebody.
This is Just the Facts.
Well, hi, Chester. This is Dan Hathaway. Dan Hathaway. And, what do you want?
We're calling to ask about your book.
I wrote a book.
Yeah, that book, the same book. It's The Darkest Days of Hollywood, which I've been told is all about the occult and witchcraft back in the early days of movie making. This just sounds fascinating. Please tell us about it.
No, it's not about crazy talk like that. It's about the darkest days of Hollywood when actors would wear blackface. I was one of those actors. I was in the 1924 classic. Look at them darkies.
Mr. Hathaway.
Oh, it was a fine film.
Can he hear me?
Hire black
Hello, Mr.
people back then because, well, we were just too scared of them.
It's supposed to be Anne Hathaway.
I would put on blackface, and so would my friends, and we'd come out and
I'm pissed. Hang on.
We'd act like we lived in the inner city or something, and we'd sing and
this is Jeff.
Get a little out of breath.
Get Papa Matty.
But anyway, we would sing and
Papa Matty, seriously.
I wore black.
You told me Anne Hathaway.
Because I found that when I wore black,
Anne Hathaway.
People would stare at me and
nobody knows Dan Hathaway.
Be honest. One of the people that would stare at me.
This is 2 weeks in a row that something has gotten screwed up here on the show. I mean, we had prison rape on the show last time, for God's sake.
Abby McDaniel was a fine,
God.
lady. I pulled a train on her.
No way in hell is Dan Hathaway just as good, if not better than Anne Hathaway.
You get more people.
Oh, man.
Oh,
you know what?
God,
screw. Just screw. I'm done. I'm out of here.
Anyway, Hattie McDaniel was quite a piece.
Kiss my ass.
Almost up there.
So yeah, things got a little bit tense there between Papa Matty and me. But we worked it out because he made a very special promise to me. We are going to veer a little bit from the mysticism in this week's episode because Matty got my favorite band in the whole world to perform here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up after the break, Cheap Trick! Tonight's Mystique of Mysticism is brought to you by
Copyright infringement! You're a bad, bad person! Puddles! When it rains, it leaves puddles! Loneliness! When the cat's away, you're totally by yourself! It's loneliness!
And now, back to our show. Yes, and welcome, man. I'm sorry, I'm a little excited. You may remember from a year ago or so, I told you I used to be a roadie for bands, and one of the bands I worked with was Cheap Trick, and oh my God, Papa Matty, he got them lined up tonight. Cheap Trick in the house, ladies and gentlemen, Cheap Trick!
I want you to want me.
Okay. Okay, stop. Okay, Papa Matty. That was sort of Cheap Trick, but that was from like 80 years ago. Okay. Really? Oh, Cheap Trick had to cancel, ladies and gentlemen, so they sent along a promotional video from 1977. Oh my God, I'm not even sure all of those guys are still alive. Great, yeah, now we're out of time. This is getting very frustrating. I hope to heavens we get this sorted out by next week when our special guest, I don't even know, but I don't know, you'll like it or you won't. I'll see ya. Bye. God.
Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Anyone? Oh.